Are you waiting for the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra? I have some news that could make you rethink your excitement. Recent leaks about Samsung's next flagship phone suggest it might be disappointing. We're talking about missing features competitors already have, the same battery capacity we've seen for years, and a heavy focus on AI rather than real improvements. Today, I'll break down what we know about the S26 Ultra's release date, specs, and why it could end up being 2025's biggest letdown. If you're a Samsung fan, you might want to sit down for this one. Let's start with one of the most disappointing things about the S26 Ultra. Samsung is not including built-in magnets for Qi2 wireless charging. You might be wondering why magnetic wireless charging matters. Just think about how convenient MagSafe is on iPhones. You just snap your phone onto a charger, and it stays perfectly aligned. No fumbling. No more fumbling to find the right spot. No worrying. No need to worry about your phone sliding off the charging pad. The Google Pixel 10 series now includes this feature as well. But Samsung is leaving it out of their most expensive phone. At first, people hoped Samsung would finally catch up. They'd even released a magnetic wireless power bank, which seemed like a clear hint. Why make a magnetic accessory if the phones can't use magnets properly? But recent leaks have completely crushed those hopes. Ice Universe, a reliable source for Samsung leaks, posted on X that the S26 Ultra definitely won't have built-in magnets. He said this information was 100% accurate. Instead, Samsung plans to sell separate cases with built-in magnetic rings. This causes a few problems for users. First, you'll have to buy an extra case just to use magnetic accessories properly. Second, that case makes your phone thicker. The cases will be too thick for magnetic accessories to work well. Apple doesn't even sell non-MagSafe cases for iPhones because it would interfere with a magnetic connection. The fact that Samsung is making both magnetic and non-magnetic cases says a lot. Simply put, it isn't built into the phone itself. Now let's talk about the battery, which is just as disappointing. Multiple leaks confirm that the S26 Ultra will keep a 5000 mAh battery. That's the same battery size Samsung flagships have had for years. What's frustrating is that better technology already exists. Brands like Honor and Xiaomi are already using silicon-carbon battery technology. This tech gives you much longer battery life without making the phone thicker or heavier. But Samsung isn't using it. Instead, they're sticking with the same 5000 mAh battery we've had since 2021. Sure, they're bumping up the wired charging speed to 60 watts. But that doesn't fix the main problem of battery life lasting all day. Let's look at what else the S26 Ultra will offer. The phone will have a 6.9-inch display with Samsung's new privacy screen tech. This uses AI to control each pixel and adjust the viewing angles. It's meant to stop people from peeking at your screen over your shoulder. It will run on the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, so performance should be solid. The camera setup has a 200-megapixel main sensor, a 50-megapixel ultra-wide, a 10-megapixel telephoto, and a 50-megapixel periscope lens. The front camera is 12 megapixels. Samsung is also making a few design changes. The camera island is changing from separate floating lenses to a pill-shaped design. That's similar to what we saw on the Z Fold 7. The corners are more rounded than on the S25 Ultra. The phone is a bit thinner at 7.9 millimeters, down from 8.2. It's also lighter, weighing 214 grams. These are nice changes, but they're pretty minor overall. So why is Samsung skipping built-in magnets when competitors are using this technology? The answer probably has to do with the S Pen. The S26 Ultra still comes with Samsung's built-in stylus. Strong magnets can mess with how the stylus works. Users have reported issues where magnets cause the screen to miss touches or register incorrect input. By keeping magnets out of the phone and putting them in cases instead, Samsung might be trying to avoid these problems. But this creates a compromise that many users won't appreciate. If you want to use the S Pen properly, you might need to use a non-magnetic case. If you want magnetic accessories, you'll need a different case that might interfere with the stylus. It's a lose-lose situation for many users. Recent leaks have also given us our clearest look at the phone's design. Even Blas shared press renders of a purple S26 Ultra. The images confirm the new camera island design and overall appearance. But looking at these images, it's hard to get excited. The changes feel incremental rather than revolutionary. This brings us to perhaps the most frustrating aspect of the S26 Ultra. Samsung seems to be using AI as an excuse for the lack of meaningful hardware improvements. Don't get me wrong, AI can be useful. But when it becomes the main selling point instead of better cameras, bigger batteries, or innovative features, there's a problem. Samsung is promising that AI features will be integrated more deeply into the phone. Many of these features will be exclusive to the S26 Ultra because they run on device. But based on leaks, these AI features won't necessarily create new experiences for users. They're mostly improvements to existing functions rather than groundbreaking capabilities. The privacy display feature, powered by AI, is interesting but not exactly revolutionary. Google has been using AI and machine learning in Pixel cameras for years without making it the main marketing focus. Apple has used machine learning in Siri for nearly a decade. The difference is that these companies used AI to improve features without constantly talking about the underlying technology. Now, AI has become a marketing buzzword that companies use to justify higher prices and fewer hardware improvements. There's another issue that affects all of us as consumers. AI companies are driving up demand for memory components. This is making smartphones more expensive across the board. Samsung has already warned that its products might not be immune to these price increases. So we're potentially features most people don't really want or need. Surveys consistently show that AI isn't a primary reason why people buy smartphones. Most consumers want better cameras, longer battery life, and reliable performance. But manufacturers are pushing AI features while offering the same battery capacity and omitting features like built-in magnetic charging. The S26 Ultra is expected to launch later this month. Samsung will likely focus heavily on AI capabilities during the announcement, but for consumers who want real improvements to daily smartphone use, this launch might be disappointing. If you're currently using a S24 Ultra or even an S23 Ultra, the upgrade might not be worth it. You're getting a slightly faster processor, the same battery life, and a bunch of AI features you might never use. Meanwhile, you're still missing conveniences like built-in magnetic charging that competitors offer. The smartphone industry has reached a point where companies are running out of major improvements to make each year. But instead of being honest about this, they're using AI as a crutch to justify new models. This trend is particularly frustrating because the technology exists to make real improvements. Better battery technology is available. Magnetic charging standards are established. But Samsung is choosing not to implement these features in favor of AI marketing. So there you have it. Everything we know about the Galaxy S26 Ultra based on recent leaks. No built-in magnetic charging, the same 5000 mAh battery, and a heavy focus on AI instead of hardware improvements. It's shaping up to be more of a sideways upgrade than a meaningful step forward. What do you think about these S26 Ultra leaks? Are you disappointed by the missing features, or are you excited about the AI capabilities? Let me know in the comments below. If this video helped you understand what to expect from Samsung's upcoming flagship, hit that like button. And if you want to stay updated on the latest smartphone news and leaks, make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell. I'll be covering the official Galaxy S26 Ultra announcement when it happens later this month. Until then, you might want to consider whether this phone is really worth the upgrade or if you should wait for something better. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.